Hello everyone, Dr. Mikael Briones ulit here. Okay, so this is a continuation for the Pharmacology 101 for the nursing students natin sa APC. Okay, so this afternoon I would like to talk about hypertension, medications included, and the basic theories and principles that are important to the disease process. Okay, before we go ahead with the pharmacology part, would like to discuss some short topics regarding hypertension that is important for us to learn, so that we can understand how the medications will help the patient later on. Okay, so definition of hypertension. Okay, it's a blood pressure that is more than 120. So anything systolic more than 120, especially 120 to 139, that's pre-hypertension. And then once na umapak siya sa 140, that's hypertension stage 1 based on our JNC definition. Okay, so any excess blood pressure within physiologic limits is what we call hypertension. Now, how does hypertension occur? So, madaming factors yan. So, going back to our physiology.
Oh God, please, no! 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 No!
We have different, what we call, principles that can affect the hypertension. I would like to emphasize first the topics that includes the preload, the afterload, and the peripheral resistance. Now, preload is the amount of blood that returns to the heart. Okay, so in relation, the more the preload, the more that blood that comes to the heart, the more ang blood na pwedeng ipalabas sa katawan. Also, in application with Frank Starling's law, the more preload, the more stretch ng heart within physiologic limits, the more stronger ang contraction niya. Again, Frank Starling's law, the more or the bigger the stretch the heart within the physiologic limits, the stronger ang contraction. Once na the contraction is strong, there will be greater cardiac output. Next is afterload. Afterload is the amount of pressure or resistance that the heart needs to overcome in order to contract or mapalabas yung tawag yan, dugo. So, the lesser the afterload, the bigger or the faster ang contraction natin, and the lesser the workload nung heart natin. So, in cases of hypertension or increase ang mga resistance, okay, obstruction, the afterload is higher, which causes more overwork sa heart natin. Also, the last topic is peripheral resistance. Peripheral resistance is the resistance that is caused or given by our blood vessels sa katawan. So, there are a lot of factors. Number one, if there is vasoconstriction, meaning yung daanan ng dugo is maliit. Also, different factors then include maliit siya because of the muscle. There is vasoconstriction. Also, there is loss of elasticity due to aging. Okay, so as we age, our blood vessels gradually loses its ability to stretch. So, naninigas siya. Basically, tawag natin dyan, if matandang baboy na, it's na yun. So, it's old meat. So, medyo matigas. We also call it medical term as arteriosclerosis or hardening of the blood vessel. Also, a factor is elevated cholesterol. Okay, so especially ang LDL or low density lipoprotein. Low density lipoprotein, as the name suggests, is a type of cholesterol that sinks. Okay, so nagalubog po siya sa ilalim ng dugo. So if this is your blood vessel, low density lipoprotein, they sink in sa bottom and they form a plaque. Okay, so we call that atherosclerosis or atheroma. Also, with the plaque formation, the butas or the lumen decreases. Okay, so once maliit yung butas, the pressure increases. Okay, so peripheral vascular resistance also increases, thus leading to hypertension. Okay, now we're done with preload, afterload, and peripheral resistance. Now let's talk about cardiac output. So the formula for cardiac output, from the name itself, it's the amount of blood that the heart pumps. Okay, cardiac output. The formula is stroke volume times heart rate. Stroke volume is the amount of blood that is pumped per contraction. So I think it's the end systolic volume minus and diastolic volume. So the amount of blood na pumapasok and the amount of blood na lumalabas. So the higher, the more blood na lumalabas. Okay. Also heart rate, the higher the heart rate, mas mabilis yung pitik, mas madami yung dugo. So anything that causes the amount of stroke volume or increases the amount of stroke volume can lead to increased cardiac output. Increased cardiac output leads to increased blood pressure. Anything that increases the heart rate, nagpapabilis ng pitik ng puso, such as mga sakit that increases metabolism, such as hyperthyroidism, this can lead to hypertension. Okay. Dito din, going back sa ating ating stroke volume over fluid or hypervolemia, especially for people na mahilig kumain ng mga maalat. So as we have discussed in physiology, where salt goes, water follows. So if you have high sodium intake, expect high water retention. So high water retention increases, it causes hypervolemia. Hypervolemia, it causes hypertension. Now, so alam na natin yung basics. So medications wise, meron tayong mga simple medication. I'll start with the common ones. Losartan. So losartan is an ARB or ACE receptor blocker. So if you are still familiar with your RAAS or renin-angiotensin-aldosterone cascade, the end part po doon is that the angiotensin 2 is a potent vasoconstrictor. So it's a potent so converted angiotensin 1 pupunta sa sa lungs. It is converted by ACE or angiotensin converting enzyme into angiotensin 2, which causes vasoconstriction. So if you think about it, if there is blockage of the receptor, let's say ito yung angiotensin 2, hindi siya makakadikit sa blood vessels natin. So there will be no vasoconstriction that will occur. So yun yung purpose ng losartan, telmisartan, irbesartan. They block the angiotensin receptor. So once the blockage occurs, no vasoconstriction occurs. No vasoconstriction, that means there will be reduced peripheral vascular resistance, the workload is mababa, so the blood pressure bababa siya. Okay? Also, ACE inhibitor or mga pril, such as captopril, enalapril, so lahat ng mga pril. So ACE inhibitor, so as we have said kanina, the angiotensin 1 needs to go to the lungs to be converted to angiotensin 2. So how the medication works is that yung angiotensin 1 pupunta sa lungs, mabablock yung conversion. So there will be no angiotensin 2, there will be no vasoconstriction that will occur. Okay? Also, dahil sa lungs nangyayari ang blockage, most common side effect ng mga ACE inhibitor is coughing. So, expect mo if naka-captopril, enalapril, there's a possibility na yung patient mo uubo. Okay? So, yun. There is blockage of vasoconstriction. Now, medication that increases urination or diuresis can lead to decreased bulimia. It's what we call pampaihi. Okay. Also, how do we pampaihi? Number 1, we block sodium reabsorption. If the sodium is not reabsorbed, lalabas sila sa katawan, water will follow. Okay. Also, we block water reabsorption. If water is not reabsorbed, of course, lalabas din sila sa katawan natin. So, these are caused by medication such as furosemide, spironolactone, hydrochlorothiazides. These are diuretics. So, they help reduce blood pressure by reducing the blood volume, by reducing the volume of fluid sa katawan natin. So, mababang BP. Next are medication we call calcium channel blocker. So, calcium channel blocker, yung blood vessels natin, they have what we call calcium receptors. So, once activated, tong receptors na to, they causes vasoconstriction. Okay. So, medication such as amlodipine, mga ganyan, other mga pin, they block the calcium channel. So there will be no activation of calcium channel, there will be no vasoconstriction. This can lead to vasodilation and reduce peripheral vascular resistance, which leads to mababang blood pressure. And last, medication that helps reduce or helps reduce sympathetic drive sa utak natin. At the same time, it reduces the heart rate. So, medication that are beta blockers, such as metoprolol, carvedilol, nebivolol, mga ulol, those are beta blockers medication. They help reduce blood pressure by reducing the heart rate and the sympathetic drive natin. As we have said, stroke volume times heart rate equals cardiac output. So, mababa na heart rate, mababa na cardiac output, mababa na blood pressure. So, that's how the medications works. I hope may napulot kayo. That's it for today.